Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about my fall curriculum. So today we're talking about my fall curriculum. This is a trend that has been going around, at least that I've seen a lot on my TikTok recently. And I really loved the idea of it and I wanted to jump on it. A lot of people have been doing it like month by month, but I figured doing kind of like fall semester would be kind of a better fit for everything that I'm wanting to do. So basically what it is, and I will link or tag or put some kind of screenshot over here to show the original creator, the original woman who started this whole thing on TikTok, but she pretty much just created a curriculum for herself each month about different things that she wants to learn. So from what it seems, she goes to the library, gets a bunch of books on this topic and just like uses the month to study them, to learn more, just like for fun, not like high stress or super pressure or anything. Like she doesn't finish it. It's not the end of the world, but she focuses on something new every single month, normally a few different topics. So I figured I would jump on the trend and do it for myself. And this trend honestly couldn't have come at a better time because that's exactly why I started this channel, is because I want to document myself learning new things, trying new things, doing stuff that I've always wanted to do, but I've always found reasons not to do. So today I'm going to walk you through the things that I'm going to try and focus on this fall. I definitely took this whole thing a step further and I actually created a Google Classroom for myself and made assignments with different materials and all the different things that I want to cover this fall and the things that I want to get done, because a lot of these are super goal-based for me. Like, yes, it's stuff that I just want to have fun with and I want to learn and want to experience in my life, but a lot of these are things that I've been wanting to learn for a long time and I really want to be a bigger part of my life. So with all that said, let's jump into it. The first course that I created for myself is Accelerated Foundations of Italian, or ITA 150. If you go and watch the last video that I posted, which is also my first video and the only other video on this channel, I talked a lot about wanting to learn Italian and kind of my plan for that. So that covers really more in depth all the different steps that I want to take. But these are the two like physical materials that I'm going to focus on. This one is Short Stories in Italian by Ollie Richards. It is big on reading comprehension. You read some short stories in Italian, crazy, I know. And then it has reading comprehension questions at the end. This one is just kind of an all-around Italian workbook, basics to a little bit more intermediate. So far, I'm not super loving it, so I don't know if I'm actually going to finish it, but I want to try and power through just to get through it, to kind of give myself a refresher and then just focus on different things ahead. Some other highlights from that video, I want to teach some lessons to you guys, kind of just videos of myself recapping different things that I've learned. I want to do some vlogs and journals. We'll see how those go. I got an app, I know, another app, but it's a different one that I haven't heard of. Focuses on the most common words in Italian. I want to use that to kind of study, keep up on vocab. It also has some stories in there to read and kind of work on reading comprehension as well. And then I also really want to put a lot of focus on listening, getting some active as well as a lot of passive input from different sources, whether it be podcasts, music, YouTube videos, movies, TV shows, whatever, getting just a ton of Italian input as much as I can. My next course is novel writing, or English 310. I have always wanted to write a book ever since I was young. I've written a lot of different poems, short stories, random things, nothing ever close to like a full-blown novel, but there's always been a dream of mine to be an author, to be able to do that full-time or even part-time, just have my work out there for people to read. And I have dozens of different ideas that are just in my head, in different documents, in notes, all over the place. So I really want to try and do some work to really learn about writing and creative writing and like writing a full story, not just like, here's an idea, write something about it. So I have these two books that I'm going to try and get through. This one is just Write the Story. It's just a bunch of prompts and blank pages for you to just kind of go through and write and just get a lot of practice in writing different kinds of stories and different kinds of things. It also has different things to include in your story, whether it be an item, a person, a setting, just different stuff to kind of make it a little bit more challenging. So that is one thing. The other book that I have is Creative Writer's Notebook, and this is kind of unique. It basically is a combination of advice and tips and different information about famous authors, as well as some exercises on different elements of writing and just practice for you to do. It's split up into sections. So like there's a little biography about Virginia Woolf, and then there's a few different sections that talk about either things that she really focused on or that she has a lot of advice about, and gives you stuff like this. So it's a little bit of a prompt or a quote and just some blank pages for you to write, to journal, to just kind of think about the different things that she said and what that element of writing really looks like. And then you just get to the same thing with a different author with a few more sections, same kind of style, and that's how the whole book is structured. So I think that's really unique and interesting, and it'll give a good insight. It's not just here's a prompt, work on writing, or here's a thing, go and study it. It really kind of combines a lot of different elements. And I also think just learning about some of the most famous authors in their genres or their fields, their decade, whatever it might be, is just a great way to study and learn more about writing, about how it's evolved over time, what people look for, and really what makes a good writer. So along with these two, I'm also going to try and write maybe a couple short stories from beginning to end, do some editing on them, just like see where I can get with one whole idea, full character development, setting development, whatever it might be, and really trying to polish it and see kind of what it turns into by the end. And I would really love to take it and maybe enter it into a contest or post it somewhere just to get some feedback, critique, edit from the outside world. So if I end up doing that, or if I just am able to finish something and I just want to share it, I will let you guys know where you can read it. And I would love for you guys to go and find it and let me know your thoughts on it. The next course that I will be doing is Marketing Copywriting, or Marketing 250. These are the books that I currently have for this. Not all of them are on copywriting, actually. I'm still waiting on some holds from the library, so I kind of just got some random ones also to kind of throw in that are just like business related. But I do want the core focus of this one to be on copywriting. The first book is Find Your Red Thread by Tamsin Webster. This one isn't really copywriting, but it's kind of along the same lines of just like getting your message out to the world. It's pretty much the premise is you have a fantastic idea and figuring out how to market it to the world so that they also think that it's a fantastic idea. So I don't think it'll go into specifics about copywriting or types of copywriting, but it is kind of still along the same lines of just like messaging in marketing and business as a whole. The next book is The Performance Paradox. This one is also not really a copywriting book at all, actually. Basically, the premise of The Performance Paradox is that if you focus all of your attention on performing, your performance is going to suffer. And you have to have this balance of learning and performing and how to, like it says, turn your mindset into action, and not just continuing to go through the motions, but how to learn from your mistakes, how to understand your failures, your successes, and use that to improve your action. And that kind of ties into, again, why I started this channel of having all these ideas and things that I want to do and never taking action, or being so focused on how to take action that I never really make the progress that I need. So I think this will be a good one just for me personally. And the final book that I have currently is Made to Stick by Dan and Chip Heath. This is a copywriting book, and it's kind of exactly what it sounds like, how to make an idea stick with consumers and with your audience. So I think this book will be a little bit similar to Find Your Red Thread in the way of just how to communicate your ideas so that they stick, so that people care about them, and so that it seems important in the eyes of the consumer. Another book that I believe I should be getting soon from the library that I'm really excited for this course is called Hey Whipple, Squeeze This. And basically it's about how to create good advertising. So this definitely is primarily focused on marketing, advertising, sales kind of space, and how to create something that, again, will stick in the consumer's mind, something that resonates with them, and just what makes good advertising. My next course is Introduction to Piano, or Music 105. I took piano lessons for a while when I was younger, like I'm sure a ton of people did, and I just never stuck with it, but I always really enjoyed it, and I've been wanting to get back into it for a few years now. I have a piano, and I have some of my old books. And then I also found a used book from McKay's that didn't have any writing or anything in it. It's completely fresh. So I thought that was perfect for me to start with. So my assignments for this course are to get through both of these books. This first one is one from when I was learning piano when I was younger. It's just some popular songs. They're pretty basic. I could honestly probably pick it up and play them right now if I gave myself a chance to just sit down and kind of get back into it. But I want to be able to get through all of these just to give myself a refresher. And then this is the book that I picked up at McKay's, an adult all-in-one course for piano. It covers some music theory, technique, and just some general piano lessons to kind of help you understand and give you some exercises to get better at it. She's a little bit thicker, and obviously, I mean, she has a lot more in it, a lot of lessons and things, not just songs to play. So I really want to get through this fall. And then I might get like level 2 or more advanced versions once I finish this, or I might just jump into trying to learn some of my favorite songs. That's pretty much going to be it for the piano course. I really want this to just be fun, relaxing, just a hobby that I can enjoy just on my own whenever I want. But I do think it's important for me to get back into the basics and to kind of understand it better so that I can improve going forward and actually pick up the things that I want to pick up on. The fifth and final course that I will be taking this fall is Literature Studies, or TBR 325. This isn't really like a course in the way that the others kind of are, of like learning, studying, that kind of thing. This is just another way for me to track the books that I want to read. And I basically went through each month through the end of November and planned out all the different books that I want to get through, how I plan on reading them, so if it's going to be a physical book, Kindle, or audio, and when I want to have them finished by. So I'm not going to bore you with like the whole list, but here's a handful of them that I have like physical copies of. A lot of these are going to be Kindle or audio book reads, just because I don't have a ton of space for more books, and I don't really love going and just buying random books, which is shocking. I feel like everybody does. I mean, I love getting a new book. I love having books and like reading a physical book. It stresses me out to go and buy books when I have so many that I haven't read. So if you've read any of these books, please let me know if you like them. If you have any suggestions for good fall books, let me know. I really tried to throw in some creepy ones, none necessarily in here, maybe a couple for Halloween, just to kind of get into the spooky vibes and everything. But other than that, just something cozy or magical or just kind of fun to read. I have about 30 books on this list, so I don't know that I'll get through all of them. I'm hoping that I do. But this is at least giving me a way to kind of really organize my TBR a little bit more and not just have kind of a random, like, yeah, I'd like to read that this year. So I'm hoping having some deadlines behind all of this will help me get through some of these books quicker. Now, one thing that I didn't really consider when I was making this course specifically was I've also added other books for these other courses for me to read, and I'm quite literally the world's slowest reader. So the chances of me actually getting through all of these are pretty slim if I also want to finish these other courses, but I'm hopeful. So those are the 5 courses that I'm going to be taking for my fall curriculum. I will hopefully be doing some update videos on this channel for you guys, just to kind of track my process and to see how I progress throughout the fall. And then I definitely would love to do this again for the winter, spring, summer, just continuously and kind of like switch through some topics. A lot of these will be like ongoing things, like Italian will be an ongoing process. But I think kind of over time, I'll switch my focus to where maybe Italian will take a little bit of a backseat. I'll just kind of be maintaining whatever level I'm at, and I'll be focusing on a new skill or thing I want to learn. This gives me a good way to just kind of organize all the different materials or things that I think will help me learn those skills or just get better at them in general. Kind of my thought process right now is that fall will be like August through November. Winter will be shorter. It'll be like December, January. And then spring will have like February through May. And then summer again will be shorter. It'll be like June and July. So, like I said, I will be doing some update videos throughout the rest of the term to kind of see where I get with everything, to see how I fare with all of this. At the end of November, I will do a full recap video on how much progress I made with everything and where I'm at with each of these different lessons, as well as what I plan to do for my winter term. If you've made it this far in the video, all the way to the end, thank you so much for watching. I would love if you would give it a like. Let me know what you thought about it. If you have found this trend on TikTok or somewhere else and you've made yourself a curriculum, please drop it down in the comments. Let me know what you're learning, what you're reading, what materials you're using, so that we can chat about it. I love to see what other people are doing for this. And if you're interested at all to see where this journey goes, or just to hear about all the different things that I'm trying and learning and doing in this process and with this page, please hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any videos in the future. And I will see you guys in the next one. Ciao, ciao.